Welcome back to another edition of the Burnout. Yours truly, Tony. We're gonna dive right into it. This is a very disturbing story that I don't know if it's caught a lot of attention or not. But it's just disturbing. I read it and I don't quite understand the logic of the 7 people involved in this. We're gonna dive right into it. It's happened in Birmingham. It says Mahogany Jackson mother pleads for spread of video showing murdered Alabama woman being tortured, abused to the end. And she said, "We are suffering." He said the family of a young Birmingham woman who was brutally assaulted and murdered by several people is asking for people to stop spreading videos of the gruesome attack online. Police announced on Thursday that 7 people have been arrested in connection with the charges of kidnapping, sexual assault, and murder of 20-year-old Mahogany Jackson. Jackson went missing on Sunday, February 25th, after sending her family members text message that she was being held hostage at an apartment complex. Birmingham police and family rushed to the Serenity apartment that morning, but she was nowhere to be found. Police questioned a woman in one unit who Jackson knew. She told authorities Jackson left the apartment early but didn't know where she went. That woman was among the 7 people charged with murder. And early Monday morning, someone found Jackson's body in an illegal dumping site under a mattress. Authorities discovered she had been shot at least one time. Earlier reports shows she was found on the roadside. Now, 4 men and 3 women are in police custody facing charges for her death. Brandon Pope, 24, Francis Harris, 25, and Jeremiah McDonald, 18, was charged with capital murder during a first-degree kidnapping and capital murder during first-degree. So, I just don't know what to say about this. It says Devonna Clapp, 23, and Black Green, 25, face felony charges as well as first-degree kidnapping and first-degree sodomy. TJ Lewis, 26, is charged with felony capital murder during first-degree kidnapping. Lewis was the woman police questioned at the apartment complex who claimed she didn't know Jackson's whereabouts. Sanaya McCall, 23, is charged with felony murder, first-degree kidnapping, and first-degree sodomy. Arena Robinson, 23, is charged with felony murder and kidnapping. Lewis and Clapp also face a second-degree assault charge for repeatedly pistol whipping Jackson. A number of disturbing videos showing Jackson being physically and sexually assaulted while she was being held against her will were posted online and even sent to the family members. Jackson's mother, Gail Maddox, posted a plea on Facebook asking for people to stop messaging her about those recordings. She says, "Please, I'm begging you all, don't send us any videos. We are suffering enough," Maddox wrote. "That's my child. Please stop. I can't take it." In a press conference, Birmingham Police Chief Scott Thurmond said Jackson's murder was more heinous than most he had seen during his time as a homicide investigator. The facts of the case are deplorable and sickening, Thurmond said. Saddest of all, they were made public by the suspect's decision to videotape portions of the horrific act. It was absolutely disgusting. Investigators haven't released a motive for the crime, but believe they apprehended all the suspects involved in Jackson's murder. They also believe all the suspects know each other. Alabama.com reports that Lewis and Jackson had an ongoing dispute over something previously taken from Lewis' apartment. Thurmond said police wouldn't be releasing too many details about the murder for the family's sake, but they know Jackson was sexually assaulted and taken to several different locations during her abduction. The actions displayed by the defendants were barbaric and have no place in society. Jefferson County District Attorney Danny Carr told Alabama.com the senseless and inhumane treatment perpetrated on young Mahogany Jackson was very disturbing and violent. Family members hosted a vigil after the charges were announced at the apartment complex where the 20-year-old mother was held captive. Everybody that knew her knew she didn't play, and that knew she was full of love behind all the toughness she had. Jackson's older sister, Jasmine Maddox, told him that she had a big heart. Well, this is just horrible in every sense, way, fashion, form. There's no other way to me to say that. Describe this horrific act. Those 7 people who did it, and I might get some heat for this. I really think all 7 of them should get the death penalty because there was no reason, no call. That was no reason to do any of this that they did. And like the district attorney said, it was inhumane to sexually assault this woman physically. You sexually assaulted her, then you physically assaulted her, and basically tortured her for hours before you eventually shot her in the head. What kind of human being are y'all? Y'all should not get the luxury of being locked up for life. You should not get that luxury. The only luxury you should get is the death penalty, because that's what you deserve. To do this to a human being that, from all I've read, done nothing to you, and for the women to participate in this to show you how despicable you were, and for the 4 men, there's no words I can say to describe the anger I feel because of this, what y'all did. Y'all are some of the most despicable, disgusting human beings I've ever had the privilege of reading about. And I've read about some really, really despicable people. But for y'all 7 to physically assault this young lady, sexually assault her, and then shoot her in the back of the head, is unheard of. I really have no sympathy or empathy or compassion for none of the 7 that did this. And I will repeat this, all 7 should get the death penalty. They should not get the privilege of being taken care of by the state or by us who are working. You do not deserve that privilege. I don't want to hear your apology because your apology is worthless. I don't want to hear nothing from you. There's nothing you can say that's going to justify the despicable act that y'all have done. There's nothing. There's nothing you can say that can justify what y'all have done. And for that reason and that reason only, you should get the death penalty. You should not have the privilege of still being breathing on this earth after that. And I don't really understand what goes through anybody's mind that would do something that embarrassing. To me, it's embarrassing, hurtful to do a human being like that. And that's just something that just cannot be tolerated. And don't get me wrong, I do not advocate for anybody dying, but in some cases, you deserve to die. And I don't really care who likes it or not, but they deserve to die. All 7. Not the one who pulled the trigger, because all 7 of them was involved in this heinous crime. and all 7 of them should be put to death. I don't care women or male, because all y'all was involved in it. And I don't care how much hate or how much you dislike a person. You don't do nothing like that. Come on, people, you don't do that. I don't have words to describe what that is. But you do not do a person like that. And this is in Birmingham, Alabama. Just show you how close to home it is. And you took this beautiful black woman's life. Why? What reason could you possibly have to show that much anger, that much dislike to a person that you would do this? And it took 7 of y'all. So it ain't something that you did spur of the moment. It's something that you planned it out. And they young, 25, 24, 23, 25, 26, 23, 23, 18. I just imagine your parents raised you way better than this. In a lot of cases, I could be wrong. I just would imagine they did. And for you to do this, I have zero sympathy for you. And I cannot emphasize how much sympathy I do not have. They said 5 of the suspects are charged with murder. No, 7 should be charged with murder, because all 7 of y'all participated in that bull crap. Shouldn't even be a trial. Honestly, should not even be a trial. And I know you have to have one. And the one thing I like, the judge denied bond for 5 murder suspects. No, you should have denied bond for all 7 of them. And all 7 of them should get the death penalty. I almost say it, and it actually was 8 involved in it. Now, there's one report say 7, the other one say 8. You shot this woman in the back of the head after you did all this stuff to her, which you had no business doing. You assassinated her. Don't even plead for mercy, because Lord knows I can't be up down that jury. You would get no mercy, because the first thing I'm going to do is push for the death penalty. I'm going to push for it as hard as I can get. And whether I don't get it or not, I'm going to put forth all the maximum effort I can to make sure that none of y'all see the day of light again. Not only not see the day of light, that your time here is limited. See, this is black on black crime. And on the burnout, we talk about what they don't want to talk about. See, everybody hollering about what the police are doing. The racism that's going on in there. Black Lives Matter. Well, it's hard to make that argument when blacks are killing blacks. And I'm sorry, I'm just going to tell it like it is. It's going to be very difficult to make that argument. You cannot go in an uproar when a police kill or shoot somebody and they die from it, and then all of a sudden you outraged because it's a white police officer shot a black person. But then, where's the same outrage when something like this happens? And then, I was speaking to a friend of mine. He's a police officer. I won't name names because he didn't give me permission to. But this is what I want to say. As much as everybody want to group all the police in the same group and power, they're not all in the same power. That's story after story after story where there have been good cops who went above and beyond to help the community. Then you have corrupt cops. It's just like you have bad people, you have good people. It's both sides. the reason we know about the bad ones because they get more attention than the good ones. Like the white cop. If we did a story on this, we did a show on this not too long ago. A young black kid was walking around trying to cut grass in the neighborhood. I think this happened in Georgia. And he wanted to raise money, he was trying to get money to get him a PlayStation 5. Well, this white cop, the neighbors called on him. White cop got there, he was on the phone, talked to him, did this. Well, this white cop went around and raised money to get him to buy him a PlayStation 5 and presented it to him. So don't tell me it's all cops are bad. And please do not come to me telling me all white cops are bad, because they're not. And don't try to exonerate the black cops, because we remember what happened in Memphis with those 5 black cops who killed that black dude over his ex-girlfriend. So it's not the color, it's the mindset and the heart of the cops. Because I got friends that's been police, and I know them very well. And these guys are they're the best you'll get. They do their job, they do it right, they uphold the law. They do not go above and beyond to try to hurt you. They go above and beyond to help you. So I don't want to hear about every cop is bad. No, and I don't want to hear about every white cop is bad, because it's not. You're not bad based on color, you're bad based on who you are. If it's in you to be a racist, you're going to be a racist whether you're black or white. So it's not the color. If it's in you to be a cop that upholds the law like he should, that's what you're going to do. We only hear about the bad cop because guess what? That moves news. That builds a talking point. Well, we're not going to just talk about the bad ones. We're going to talk about the ones that are good, who did their job, and they do it right. And they do it, they're cops for the right reason, to help the community. And like I said, I know a couple of them personally. And these guys are stand-up police. Until they give me the permission to tell you who they are, they'll remain anonymous. But all I'm saying is, and when I said this before, and I know we done got off subject just a little bit with this young Mahogany Jackson, but we have to quit judging everybody based on a few. These 7 or 8 people who killed, tortured, physically abused her, sexually abused her, and tortured her, which is all insane, all black. Now, I'm not going to group every black person based on them. These 8 are rotten to the core. And they should not be here. Why should they get the privilege of being here where their family can visit them when they took something that this other family can never get back again? And you did it for no reason. Just because you wanted to? Just because she said something you didn't like? That does not justify you to take matters in your own hand and do what you did. And those 3 women, or 4 women, however many it was, who were involved in this, y'all are pitiful. Y'all are pathetic. And just like those 4 men, you should be executed. You should not get the privilege of continue being here after you did such a despicable crime to a young lady that didn't do anything to you. And once again, I'm disappointed, I'm mad, and it's hurtful because we get enough slack on other people killing us. We can't kill ourselves. So we have to be better than this. Those 8 showed that they're not. You know, I had a guy not too long ago told me he was born racist. No, you wasn't born racist, you was taught how to be a racist. Don't get it mixed up. Don't try to use that I was born racist, because even if you was taught to be racist, once you get up to a certain age, you know this is not right. I don't need to be this way. I can change. When you don't change, it's because you like who you are and what you're doing. And I'm sorry to get off subject, but I'm just so hurt for this young lady's family. It's disappointing that they would go to this level to be this despicable. And then not only you do it, you record it. What? That shows me who you are. And that shows me you do not deserve to be here. There's nothing about what y'all did that shows you need to be here. And you want to know the truth, executing them would be too good. Just to be honest. And I know that sounds crazy, but it's just to be too good. You know, if it was me, I would torture them just like they tortured her. I tortured Miss Mahogany Jackson. I would torture them the same way. And let them know how it feels to feel helpless when you handcuff this young lady, physically abused her, pistol whipped her, sexually assaulted her, and she couldn't do anything about it. You need to feel that same helplessness. And it's a good thing that I have no control over that. Because if I did, they would get the same exact treatment. But I got that out of it. It was on Yahoo News. Happened in Birmingham, Alabama. And it's just, I just feel so bad for her family that these clowns would do this to a recorder and then put it on the internet where her family can see it. See what she endured the last minutes of her life. I'm gonna say it again and ain't nobody gonna like it. Every one of them should be put to death. And I feel sorry for their families. I truly am. But that's just the way I feel. And I think, in my opinion, the death penalty is too nice because it's too quick. They need to be tortured, just like they tortured this young lady. But, hey, this is the world we live in now. But we'll be back next week, same time, same place, on the burnout. And remember, always flame up, never burn out. Two fingers, peace.